Alright, how's everybody doing? We're going to go ahead and look at a video, 4 videos actually. And in these 4 videos, you're going to see day 1 at the top left, day 2, or day 4 at the top right, day 6 at the top or the bottom left, and day 11 at the bottom right. So what I always do typically in a yoga class when I'm working with individuals with autism, especially if it's a small group, I like to do some holding hands and meditation and breathing and different types of breathing techniques while we're just sitting. So in yoga, the point of yoga is to be able to sit and relax and to be able to sit without feeling your body. And if you can sit without feeling your body, you know that your body is loose, it's relaxed, and you're comfortable. And so a lot of people have issues staying still, and what we try to teach in yoga is stillness, meditation, and breathing. So in yoga, I always recommend beginning with breathing, seated breathing. In this case, in this program, this is called the Yoga Education Program for Autism, and these 2 participants worked with me through the span of 10 weeks, and we performed a yoga education program which is set up in 5 different parts. First we begin by breathing, and then we begin moving, and then we start to learn and draw the poses, followed by teaching and teaching each other and allowing the students to become the co-teachers. After that, we go back to breathing to end, and we usually end with relaxing poses. And now we're just going to kind of look around and see if we can notice any behaviors or anything going on. Notice that I'm moving a lot more in the top left. Looks like I'm doing some shoulder, head, knees, just getting their attention. Sometimes that helps, just saying, all right, hands on the knees, hands on the ankles, hands on the ankles, clap. So just kind of get them to understand also the terminology of the body. Notice that our bottom right here, we look really comfortable here. Looks like we've been just breathing this whole time. So in our next part of the video, what we do is we start moving. And so here's day 1. We're practicing some movements here. As you can see, we're starting those movements over here. Let's go ahead and get us to speed. Oh, it looks like we're doing some bear crawls right there in the top right. And let's see what our first movement's here. Okay, it looks like we're just talking about the poses in the bottom right. Looks like we're having a good time. Looks like we're just getting into the workout here on the top left, top right. We're doing bear crawls. Bottom left, we're going to move up to our movements here. If we can see if we can get there. It just depends, if they're breathing, if everyone's breathing and relaxed, I kind of like to stay relaxed. So we're doing roll-ups on the top left. We do bear crawls on the top right. Looks like they're doing some partner movements on the bottom left. And it looks like we're practicing some poses, and maybe we're talking about, I think, maybe one of Eleanor's, looks like we're doing a lion pose there. We're kind of growling at each other. So we're using different animals to help teach these poses, and using the sounds of the animals to teach these poses. You can tell here, Eleanor's having a good time. Looks like I'm a little bit serious here, but at the beginning I'm trying to really get them to learn some of the poses. Here, looks like we're moving a little bit over here. See if we can get a little bit more movement. Okay, looks like some more bear crawl, maybe some chasing and fleeing here. So if I catch them, they have to go to their mat. That was a game that they really like to play. Some partner stretches here at the top left. Looks like we're doing some more poses. And then after the poses, after we do all the movements, as you can see, we do quite a bit amount of movements. So I definitely want to get them warm, and as long as they're paying as long as everyone's paying attention to me, I'm gonna keep teaching those movements. As you can see, partner clap. That looks pretty fun over there. Downward dog. Looks like we're practicing some balance on our bottom left, which is really good. Just speed it up a little bit. See where we're at. So it looks like they're doing some child pose here. Over here, it looks like we're just getting them moving. And now I think we're getting set up with our drawing boards. And so after we do all the movements, what we do next is we start talking about the poses. We start drawing the poses. Let me see if I can get into that. There we go. Okay, so over here, we're writing in our journals, and these journals are to help them when they go home talk about these poses. And so it looks like we're looking at the journals here. We're not even going through them because we've already, at the 12th week here, we've already drawn up those whole books. So we're probably just looking at the poses there. Here, let's get into some. Okay, there's kind of what our progression was there. Looks like we're drawing and talking about it there. Okay, so after we breathe, after we move, we draw the poses. And we get to know the poses, talk about the poses. This is when they get a chance to learn. It gives them a break from just moving the entire time. Sometimes when you're moving the entire time, it's not always their favorite thing to do. So we try to make sure that, you know, everyone's having fun. And then after that, I allow them to teach each other. So now what you're going to see is bottom left here, Amanda's teaching Eleanor. Okay, and now Amanda's teaching Eleanor on the top left as well. Okay, looks like we're just all teaching there together on the bottom right. Okay, learning. Now I'm allowing Amanda to teach here. And then at the bottom, okay, so we're going over the learning here at the bottom right. Now I'm having them teach each other. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and let you watch that. So this is a good example of how to get your students to become co-teachers. And so enacting critical pedagogy, which is a really important form of teaching, allows the participants not only to be included, but when you allow them to teach the other students, they start adding their own culture, their own terminology, their own positions. So here I have Amanda teaching Eleanor, and at the bottom right, I'm allowing Amanda just to talk. I'm giving her very few prompts. And the bottom of the top left, I'm giving Amanda more prompts. Okay. So this is all self-determined positions. These are positions that these ladies thought of themselves. Okay. But at the same time, these are also given to them in the book so that they can read them and they can go over them with each other. Let's see if I can get some video of Eleanor teaching Amanda. Just move up here. Okay. Looks like she's drawing it out for her in the bottom left. She's telling her what to do. Looks like Eleanor is teaching Amanda now. Maybe some more partner stuff. So at the end, after they teach each other, you'll see here at the bottom left that this is when we start a relaxing position. So we go back to yoga. Okay. Well, we've been doing yoga this whole time, but in different ways. And so it's not as, you know, it's not like a normal class where you're always thinking about you know, what the instructor is saying. This class, they get a chance to talk about the positions. They get a chance to teach each other. They get a chance to write things down, draw pictures, and so notice here at the bottom left, it looks like we're in Shavasana, which is our ending pose. Okay. We always end on our backs. You have the lights off here. Let's see if we can get us matched up here. Okay. So I always end in Shavasana, which is corpse pose. It's the pose you take at the end of class where you're just laying on your back. You're allowing your learners, your students, to just focus on their breathing and relax. Top left, we're done. We sit all the way up. We go back to breathing. We always begin and end with breathing in yoga. Looks like the bottom left, we're starting to rise. And that's the yoga education program. These are 4 different days. And I'm Jordan Weber. And make sure you like and subscribe.